Why don't you go up and over?
Do it like you're rapping into it from the bottom.
That's good. You can see your face.
Yeah, we'll go with this. I mean, it feels like I'm about to drop some fucking bars on a mixtape or some shit like that.
You do, even from here.
Gotta go right there.
Like, drop a mixtape.
Could you not? Oh no, there's not really a chance of coming to sit on this quite roomy sofa.
You're listening to The Word on the Streets with Joe Bingham, Jason Tasker, and Raj Pujada.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to The Word on the Streets. Obviously with the usuals, Joe, Jason, and Raj. And we have got groundbreaking podcast material here today with our first ever female guest. It's the wonderful Rosie Francis.
Yes, welcome.
I brought you on like an MC, and I was expecting like a round of applause, and I just got nothing from the crowd.
You did my sound before I could.
Yeah, sorry.
Not a good look there for women on the pod.
No.
Did you clap for the men?
Usually, yeah. We rolled a carpet out for Aura. Yeah.
It's not long since International Women's Day.
Yeah, but it's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did you celebrate? How did you celebrate International Women's Day?
You know, I didn't.
Oh my
I
word.
didn't do anything. You meant to wear like certain colours.
Purple,
I think
isn't
it was
it?
purple, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I just,
I'm
I
down.
think I just
I
went
thought
black.
that was Lent.
I don't think there's
yellow,
a colour
isn't
for
it?
Lent.
Lent's purple.
Lent's yellow.
Lent's purple.
I don't even know. I'm just making
Yeah,
stuff up. I'm thinking if you say stuff with confidence, you can say whatever
Is
you
it
fucking
40
like.
days and 40 nights though, Lent?
Too long.
Yellow the
What
full
did-
time.
I said I was going to give up vaping.
You gave up vaping?
I said I was going to.
I think you- did you just
still
vape
Lent,
more?
bro. It's
Like,
still
he lasted
Lent.
about 2 seconds.
Wait, so what? You're meant to give something up for 40 days?
Yeah, that's why that's the film 40 Days, 40 Nights, where he gives up sex for the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
Good film as well.
Great
But that's
film,
Lent.
yeah.
It's
That's
all
Lent.
it's all to do with Jesus
I've done
Christi
Lent
in the
then,
desert.
I'm doing all right.
He's what?
It's all to do with Jesus Christi with Jesus in the desert.
What does he give up?
He goes to the desert for 40 days and 40 nights. He gives up everything.
I'm going to
Jesus
give up
having
with
a
this fucking
bear.
microphone in a minute.
It's like Steve Irwin. Oh,
Like, fucking hell, got a feisty one here, mate. Fuck off. That's a fucking stingray.
Do you not want to share a mic?
Nah, we're not doing a
Don't share mics,
duet.
mate. Don't share mics, that's better, isn't it?
You are
No,
starting
there you
to
go.
look like
That
a sort
looks
of duo.
that looks incredibly
Then
comfortable.
you elbowed it.
Yeah, that looks really
There you go.
comfortable. Yeah,
Kind of looks like they've put you together on the X Factor.
yeah, it's desperate,
You were both
isn't it?
individuals. and then
Louis is having a field day at this point. I like him.
I like him. Do you
the
like a white
25
Jedwood?
category just put together.
So what's so you didn't celebrate at all?
Didn't celebrate.
You're supposed to wear purple.
I was supposed to wear purple. I was meant to go to an event celebrating women. I sacked it all off. There was a Teams meeting at work that was like International Women's Panel, and I just couldn't be asked.
Fair.
That bad?
Is there an International Men's Day?
There
Or
is.
that
November.
just-
Every
Oh,
day.
that's, yeah, it's
Every day,
364
right.
days,
That's
mate.
the
It is
problem.
In November, that is in November.
Is it?
Yeah, you
Okay.
can celebrate.
Is there
it.
actually?
Oh, is it
that
during
what really?
November?
November stuff.
Do you think November's a bit like tired now? I don't know. Is
What?
that controversial?
Yeah,
thing to
What
say?
should we
No, I
replace
think
it with?
is.
I don't know, just fucking do nothing. Why has it got to be a day for, like, International Women's Day? I get.
Because Jason.
What? No, but there's so many fucking days now. Like, every day is like a fucking different day.
Because
You know-
prostate cancer kills a lot of men, Jason. That's why we're growing moustaches.
No, but
Can
you
you
have,
not
like-
see the connection?
Oh, but people are like, oh, it's fucking,
Solidarity.
Yeah.
oh, it's International fucking Plastic Plant Day, and then like, everyone will be out celebrating like plastic plants. It's like, what? Like, there doesn't need to be a day for absolutely everything.
You know
Well-
what day it is today? International Happiness Day.
Sweet, it's fucking bullshit.
But-
Why, like,
You need to take leave out of today's book, Jason.
look,
think
I'm
it is
happy,
anyway.
but I'm not happy the fact it's International Happiness Day.
What, you're going to be miserable to spite it? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
I
going to
am.
do?
I
That's
just,
what I did on Women's Day.
Yeah.
I bet there's like a calendar that you can get now where it tells you what.
Misogynist.
Throw a
Yeah.
beard on.
International Misogynist Day, Incel Day. Why can't I have my own day?
Certain corners of the internet every day. Every day is incel day.
But like, how many more days can you have? Like, do you need a day for fucking everything? I could get the important things, but like Christmas.
Well,
Yeah.
cancel Christmas, yeah.
No, Christmas is
Oh,
fine.
that one's
That can
alright,
stay.
yeah.
'cause
So that
of
can
the
stay.
presents.
International
Eid,
Women's
that's
Day
the one
can
you
stay.
don't like, innit?
No, it's just a random days
What's
which is
that?
just
Ramadan's
bullshit.
coming up. You want that guy?
cancelled?
No, Ramadan can stay. I like that
That can stay.
one. Yeah, all
Good,
the important one.
I like that one.
Easter.
Pancake Day can stay. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
Shrove Tuesday, actually, you heathens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I knew
man.
that, but
Get a
I'm
church.
Hindu in it, so it's pancake day, bruv.
What's your Hindu version of Pancake Day?
Roti day.
Which is every day.
When you were talking about, no, it was him talking about Bend It Like Beckham.
Yeah.
He was talking about it on the last episode about going to watch Bend It Like Beckham, and that was my favourite line from the whole film. When the mum goes, "No one cares. No one wants a wife who can bend a football like Beckham, but can't make round chapatis." I was just like, that's the best line in the whole film.
They'll drop that shit, bro. Round chapati is very important.
Are they difficult to craft?
Oh no, my mum makes it.
Happy International Women's
Here we go. Have you even ever tried?
No.
Well, let's say we've got groundbreaking.
I don't even know how to make the flour. Like,
What?
I wouldn't do it if it wasn't. I wouldn't choose to eat it. I'm not
It's
a
like
fan.
learned helplessness.
If it wasn't for Raj's mum, he would starve to
Yeah.
death. Is what we're learning here.
If it wasn't on offer, I wouldn't go out of my way to eat it because I'm not that much of a fan of it.
Right.
Yeah.
We're still talking about rotis, yeah?
Yeah. I'm doing Lent on the other one. 40 days, 40 nights, right?
What are you giving it?
Same as the movie, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
No, fair.
Not out of choice.
Not a choice. If someone was to break it, what would you?
Just the wind could probably break it. Brisk
A
wind.
sexy wind.
What do you think you'd give up for Lent, Rosie?
Feminism from the sounds of it.
Yeah, I
I
mean-
gave that up. I did try and give up bread one year and lasted about
Bread's
a
fucking
day.
hard. Like, bread's a nice one, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, this man eats
What about
nothing but
International
pizza.
Bread
So.
Day?
There we go.
I bet there's one of them.
reckon there is.
But we don't need one. We don't need one.
Yeah.
I don't
So
need
you
to
think
celebrate
just
it.
fuck the men with prostate cancer? Is that what you're saying?
No, but that's a whole month, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
November.
That's
isn't
too
it?
much. Of
You
it.
ever
No,
done
but
it?
I'm saying like people. The thing that I tell you, the thing that pisses me off, right? It's when people do it, but I'm raising awareness. They're not actually raising any fucking money. It's like,
I'm raising awareness on International Speak Like a Pirate Day, which is an
Yeah.
actual day.
It is.
yeah, but like, why do you need to do it properly or fucking don't do it at all? It's like when people. This is another thing that I hate when people virtue signal at work when they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna climb this fucking mountain for charity." It's like no one cares, mate. Just
Nah, to
fucking
be
do
fair,
it.
you
I'll
know-
sponsor you and just shut the fuck up about it.
You know the ones that kill me though, when people are like, I'm gonna do a sponsored ab sale down a
Oh,
building in the city.
ridiculous.
And then you look at their GoFundMe.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm going to climb Everest, but in my apartment on the stairs. It's like, you're not fucking climbing Everest, you prick.
Nah, that is embarrassing.
It
International
is.
Happiness
And then at
Day.
the end, they're like on the camera, like, oh my God, I've done it. It's like, are you fucking
He's
high?
so angry.
It just pisses me off.
Stick
Like,
his head in the freezer.
just social media bullshit. I'd rather stick my head in, stick the head in the freezer, put it out like, I'm at the top of Everest now. It's like, you fucking not me. You went up and down the stairs in your apartment
20
and then probably
times.
didn't even fucking do it and then just lied about it.
Yeah,
What did you
And now you want me to sponsor
I
you?
lied about a run once.
Yeah, people lie about that shit. What are you on about?
Once a day. I'm going out for a run. Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
The one thing he's not set up on that new Apple Watch he's got is the fucking pedometer. He's got nah.
Nah, that's gonna stay on.
That when you
there.
watch, it's new, it's
You know, it
nice,
looks
yeah.
snazzy, to be fair,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
good, isn't it? That?
What's it doing there?
What's it doing?
Isn't it for health and you're just not? You've just not bothered.
No, I use it for my health, actually. I did an ECG
What to
earlier.
identify
Yes,
whether
I'm
you're
still
gonna
in
have
bad
a heart
health.
attack.
Yeah, please see a doctor.
I did
You've
an
got
ECG on
diabetes,
it earlier. I did an ECG on it. I checked my blood oxygen levels.
How was that?
Yeah, all very healthy, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
Do you ever get it like on your watch where it tells you that like you're getting too excited and that you need to calm down?
Yeah,
I've
right.
had that a few times.
Right before I go on stage at some gig.
Really?
Yeah.
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 How does it? Is it just because your heart rate's up?
Yeah. So like there, my heart rate. If it goes over 120, it will buzz me.
I was at the football. Like when I went to England in the Euros, like it started going off like towards the end.
Yeah.
Raji's resting heart rate's like 20. he just fully just.
Wim Hof, mate.
20's an athlete, you prick.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
20's really
20
good.
would be
Is it?
really dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know how
it'd
it
be really
fucking
dangerous if it
works.
was
I ain't got an
20.
Apple Watch. I can tell the time, bro. I have a normal watch.
Can you tell the time though?
Just about. Just about. So, what was my question after your outburst, Jason? What was the last thing you raised money for?
I feel like it was probably shit. What did I do? I've done volunteer work, actual raising money. I feel like it's probably back when I was maybe at school, and it was like something to do with
Back at school.
Yeah, you
Wow,
gotta do more, bro.
So you've been a prick
I tell you
for
what,
a
no,
long
I
time.
wanted
To give something back.
Fucking hell.
I do. I'd like to. I'd like to do something like climb Kilimanjaro or something.
What in your
like
house though?
On a
And you
peloton.
living in a
that. On a stepper at the
Yeah.
gym. No, I would actually like to do that for charity, and then like
No,
I think like
but
the
but
match.
Should we
this is-
twat
but this is-
Kilimanjaro?
No, because this is
For
where
you.
my annoyment comes in. Where yours is
Annoyment?
like people who are like,
Is that a word?
yeah, of course it is.
All right.
But this is where like you're annoyed at people being like, oh, I'm going to climb Everest, but on the stairs at my office. But when people go, I'm going to climb Kilimanjaro for charity, it's no, you wanted to do it anyway, and you're going on holiday, and you've gone, oh, and I'll raise it, I'll do something
Yeah,
for
I would
charity.
make a big
you
thing
are.
But you know,
about
the
it.
thing that pisses
like-
me off with that as well is when people go, I'm going to climb like Kilimanjaro for charity. And then you look at their GoFundMe page, and it's like, that is substantially less than the trip to Kilimanjaro has cost you. You should have just donated the money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then they'll fall into the category of we're raising awareness. Another thing that
What
pisses
charity
me
would
off.
you go for?
I would probably go for I don't know. There's a lot to choose from, isn't there?
There is a lot.
Like they're going,
Is there too many of them
Kids
as well?
with cancer.
yeah, kids
Guide
with
dogs.
cancer, fucking dogs that are getting treated like shit.
Yeah, that's the
That's a
name
big,
of
That's
charity.
that's a big one, yeah.
Isn't it? People
Go
love
for the
pets,
dogs,
don't
go for
they?
the
Like,
dogs.
oh, pets.
I bet you hated Captain Tom.
Captain Tom, I fucking did not like him. It's just like, oh, look at me, I'm going around.
He's just in his
tell
garden, the
you-
mug.
I tell you,
What a twat!
I tell you, would have hated him. All the people who actually like served with him, I bet they like really pissed him. Like were really getting on his
I
nerves.
think he outlived.
He was like, do you know what I mean?
he was
Like,
about 107.
he was like, he only did one tour. He was like, I was fucking out there every day, and he just fucking walks around his garden once.
Where
and
did he
next
go?
thing you know,
India?
everyone's fucking licking his arse. What?
He did a tour in India, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that much of his backstory.
What was
to
that
be
like
fair.
after? Was that?
No, they just used to rape.
I thought you meant like a speaking tour after, like when
They
he
flew
became
him out to
famous.
Ukraine.
We knighted
He
a war
met
criminal.
Zelensky actually before he died.
You've not said though, what charity would you raise money for, and
yeah.
what would you do?
Probably like men's mental health, maybe, because I think that's something that we all need to talk
I
about.
think yours needs some work today.
No, I tell like anything. I tell you what else pisses me off when they do like
Pick a charity first.
no,
Yeah, come on now.
fucking white collar boxing and shit like that.
I've done
yeah.
that.
Or like, oh, we're having this.
Pink collar boxing.
Oh, they go, oh, we're raising money for charity, and then you read the small print. It's like we've donated 5% of the money to charity. It's like you fucking haven't raised any money for that charity.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
no, but the
Each fighter
awareness.
has their own.
Bullshit, mate. It's fucking all fucking bullshit. It's just people doing stuff to make themselves feel good about themselves, to look like they're being a good person, when really they're pocketing all the money in themselves. They're full of
Yeah.
shit.
So when are you doing Kilimanjaro?
yeah. When are you
Yeah,
going
so
to that
guys,
white
if you want to
collar
sponsor me to do Kilimanjaro, I'm actually climbing it next year. I want you to pay for the whole trip. Any money that I raise, a small percentage, probably 0.5%, will be donated to charity. And please support me. I'm donating it to the Sherpas of the Himalayas, and that's
No, they were just doing their job.
Yeah.
all the people that have
Carrying
lost.
your suitcases.
Yeah, even though they already get paid, I think it's just it's just a
imagine
shame they don't get paid more.
Can't imagine it's
Give him a big
generous.
tip.
No, I'm actually giving it to Russia. That's where my money's to Putin. That's where the money's going.
Just every word you could have possibly said to get it taken off the internet.
Keep going. That's all
I thought I
else
could clip
can
this
say.
maybe, but maybe not.
Some of it.
Yeah, but anyway, what like? There's so
Last
many
bit I did
charities.
was sickle cell.
Yeah.
See, that's a good one. That's a good one, I think.
I did Alzheimer's last time.
Alzheimer's. That's a good one.
I think mine was cancer research, but it's a
Basically,
classic
you're
one. isn't it?
Classic one, yeah.
Classic. No, actually, my last donation was refuge. Is that basic? Do you,
See,
think,
I
do you think
don't-
women should be beaten around?
That's
Just
another
like-
thing.
The last donation I did was to Middlesex
That's what I
Uni
do for-
cheerleaders fund. What? To the Middlesex University cheerleading.
No, I heard.
That wasn't. That wasn't even a charity. He was just making a donation. He went in one day. and was like, "I love what you do."
Is that an OnlyFans account?
No, I know what I donate to. I donate it
Who
to
said I
homeless,
donated money as well?
to homeless people. That's what I donate the money to.
All right.
Or raise money to.
In general.
Because that's the last thing that I donated to.
Chucked him 2p.
Just scattering
Homeless
money as you
people.
walk down
Yeah,
the street.
to a homeless charity. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Wow.
I feel like that's something close to home,
But
something where you can actually see the
wait,
impact.
if you care so much, hold on. If you care so much, why don't you give out your property to the homeless?
I'm not fucking Gary Lineker, mate.
Even he didn't do it.
He did it for like a week, didn't he?
Yeah.
What, did you just let anyone come live there?
Yeah,
he
he,
let
just,
like
he, just,
one,
he just went
like-
and stopped at Ocean Beach with his brother and went, you let yourself in.
Got off his tits.
You let yourself in, lads.
No, I'd like to. I've like volunteered before for stuff like that, but like not. I'd like to raise money for the charity of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I go out every Christmas and give them clothes. Which
You get
is
dressed as Santa.
Not my clothes because that's blankets, but
Bedding in it.
yeah, someone else's clothes.
Like, I'm alright, mate.
But they're walking around with fresh Air Forces.
They'd say
like-
nah to them jeans as well.
What's wrong with these?
They're like, are they washed, bro?
What's wrong with these jeans?
I've never seen you in jeans before.
They
It's
look
thrown,
like
mate.
they're not
And then
yours. Are they your boys?
2 episodes in a row, he's rocking the jeans.
I've never seen you in
Ain't
I don't
it?
know
It's
what
weird.
pants you have been
What they call it,
wearing when
blue
I have
rinse.
seen you.
Yeah.
Tracksuit
Rinse.
bottoms.
Yeah, probably.
Stonewash boots.
Stonewash. That's blue rinse. Stonewash jeans from
I've
blue
just
rinse.
never seen you in them before.
No, I feel like the last time I saw you, if you touched the top of your outfit, it would feel the same as your bottom of your outfit. It'd all just be one texture.
The leisure suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It just seems out of character, mate. That's all we're saying.
yeah. These are my diesel jeans.
They look like some
Mm.
old ones from River Island. Yeah,
These are expensive, innit?
Yeah, I do all right, mate.
are they? Where are they from? How much were they?
Don't know.
He doesn't even
look.
He doesn't even check the
keeps looking at his new watch.
He just goes, yeah.
Am I dead? No. Good.
Alive and kicking.
So, Rosie, what's it like to be a woman? What's it like?
Yeah, really difficult. So hard.
Tell us about the hardships, Rosie. Or more specifically,
I don't know. What now, do you reckon? What now as a woman at 37?
You 37?
37?
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I've started getting a bit ignored now at bars and stuff.
Is that quite a nice thing, though? Surely that's quite refreshing.
No,
no?
but when you were young, when I was younger, if you were
So
a
that
woman at a
fucking hell was
bar,
because you look younger.
you'd get.
Well, let's just clarify. Are you from All?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Hull?
on the last episode. I was talking.
yeah.
I got glassed in position.
Did you? I've been in
Was it
position
you?
many times.
Was it you?
was me, yeah.
what kind of
is a big
establishment is
reveal.
position?
No, it's not even there anymore, I don't think.
Oh, is it
I think
not? They
they've
get
changed
shut
the
down.
nightclub. No, it's still a nightclub. It's like, you know, like Oceana, where it's like 5 floors. And they've all got different themes. It was like that. But
Yeah, the
kind of
theme
more-
of my floor was getting smacked in the
Yeah.
face.
So it was like pop on the first floor,
Yeah.
R&B, and then I don't know what, they had like a rooftop terrace. It was really kind of like chavvy.
Yeah,
The chavviest
it
bar.
wasn't nice.
We're also starting to establish that Jason just attracts these kind of things because we also found out last episode that he got assaulted by a man with nunchucks.
What?
with nunchucks?
Nunchucks?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just a disagreement, mate. Next thing you know, I was in an episode of
Southeast
Cobra Kai.
Asia.
Where was this though?
This was back home in Nottingham, so
Whereabouts in Nottingham?
a place called Hucknall, if you know that.
Yeah, no, Hucknall. I used to
Yeah.
date somebody from Hucknall.
Mick Hucknall, was it?
Rough as fuck. Not the boy, yeah, but he was. But also, Hucknall's a shithole, right?
What was his name? Do you want to shout him out?
No.
I might know him. I'm 34.
His name was
so-
Sensei.
he's 30.
He's 30.
Maybe
Whoa,
31.
whoa, cougar.
Maybe 31 now.
31. What's his name?
What's his name?
I can't say his
We'll
name.
bleep it out.
We'll bleep it out.
Alright,
We absolutely don't, by the way, in the edit. We've never bleeped out
Yeah.
anything.
His name was, well, he
You're
has
making it up.
I'm
I
not.
can tell.
No.
Alright, go
I
on.
just can't recall his surname. How bad is that?
That's fine, we'll find
It's
it.
called Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Or Nat.
Nah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big Forest fan.
The trauma.
Big Forest fan. I reckon I'd probably be able to find out who this is, you know.
Yeah, and
Let's get him on.
He's in a band called Stuart Pearce.
He's in a
Well,
band
that's
called
really
Stuart.
narrowed it
Yeah,
down.
I'll, be
Yeah,
able,
we go.
I'll probably be able to
Yeah.
golf air for 5 minutes and find out who that is.
Yeah, you will.
Stuart
Nathaniel.
Pearce.
Stuart Pearce. The band's called Stuart Pearce.
Yeah, they're like a sort of synth band.
Sounds
It sounds a bit like
wank.
The Fall.
I don't know, I like the sound of it.
We don't talk about music on this podcast, by the
Are they? It's just a bad name for a band,
I
isn't
know,
it?
yeah,
Like,
but
you always go on about band names.
Terrible name for a
yeah, I feel like they could have been a bit more
You
original.
know what really
with that
pisses me off with bands, yeah, is when they just
when they just pick a random name.
yeah, and what are they raising awareness for? Stuart Pearce, he's got a good enough career.
one. Psycho. They would have been better called Psycho because that was Stuart Pearce's nickname.
Yeah, that
Quite
would have
a
been good.
band name
You
for
should be a
band.
manager.
But anyway,
That should be my
yeah.
nickname.
I'm not surprised that happened in Hucknall.
yeah.
I'm
It's
not surprised.
Mick Hucknall actually hates Hucknall.
Does he?
Yeah, he fucking hates it. He was
Yeah, but
like,
it was probably there before him, so he can shut the fuck up.
yeah, he came out like saying that he just thought it was a shithole. I mean, he's not wrong, but it was just no need for that disrespect.
No.
To be fair, there's a town called Bingham, which is
I
that's
feel
not
like
too
I
far.
passed
That's not
Bingham.
too far
not
from
far,
that.
not far from
Have you
Nottingham.
worked
Yeah,
with them?
The only reason it's
He's
ever
played them at
been
football.
Yeah, the only reason it's ever been in the news is like the first ever Muslim family that moved into the town. The locals put a crucifix on the front garden wrapped in bacon, chased them out of town, and I was like, great. Hope
Yeah,
no
it
one
was-
Googles my name anytime soon and
I feel
sees
like
that
it's
come up.
I feel like it's on the Derby Nottingham border maybe,
Yeah,
where
it
it's like a
is.
bit
Wasn't
like kind of
there
Brexity
Wasn't
around
there
there.
a mosque
Brexit.
being built somewhere and someone broke in and put like a dead pig at the bottom of the mosque so it would always be built on a dead pig?
Really?
What, like in the foundations?
Yeah.
That's fucked.
But it
That
got
is-
caught, obviously, but did no one else hear that?
Would you remember the story? This was in. I'm sure this was in Birmingham as well. Of the geezer who they were building a mosque, and he went and he basically made like Molotov cocktail, like petrol bombs, and went out and threw them at this fucking mosque. But the problem was the mosque was over the road from his house, and his neighbour's Ring doorbell captured all of it. So it was him leaving his house, throwing the shit at the
No
mosque,
way.
and then going back into his house. What a
Told
prick.
his missus he'd just nipped out of the paper.
Just go in the shop, bab. What a twat.
I've
Just
never
ring doorbell.
understood those bombs because they're in a glass, right?
Are they like a little bit of paper in a glass?
They're like a cloth or a paper.
The other one's like a
Oh,
cherry
yeah.
bomb, isn't it? That's like another.
Yeah, but this is not just
But then
pop
what is
the
it
glass.
It's lighter
Yeah.
fluid with
Yeah,
a
let's
rag.
not teach people how to make it, but yeah, it's a bottle.
So when
yeah.
the glass smashes, the fire just makes the fire spread.
Right.
Wherever the
Okay.
fluid goes, the
I
fire
always
spreads.
just thought it was just a pop of the bottle. That's it, and it's over.
So yeah, so when the bottle smashes and all the liquid comes out, the fire spreads with all the liquid.
Gotcha.
Oh, I just thought it was a cheap bomb.
It is.
It is essentially,
It
yeah.
Yeah, so you just need
like
a
a
bottle,
budget
a rag, and a bit of fluid.
Let's not
And
tell
then
them
what
how-
you
let's
do
not
is
tell them how to
you
make
put the
it.
fluid in the.
Sounds like you know, like.
That's it.
Here's what I made earlier.
His heart rate's up again.
Yeah, isn't it?
Setting it off, he's excited.
So sorry, you were saying you just get ignored in bars now.
Whereabouts in Hull are
I'm
you
like
from?
older.
There's no consistency in the
There isn't, but I want to know, like, which part?
My heart rate is
Well,
up.
I was born in a place called Anlaby.
Oh, okay.
I was born on like Hessel Road, I think, and then I lived in Anlaby, which is like in Hull, and then we moved out to like East Riding.
Oh, okay. So it's like not nice area. Like, so,
nice,
so where
yeah.
you're not getting noticed in bars then? Down here?
Oh no, now it's like because I'm a bit older. I
she
don't
doesn't
think
live in Hull.
If there's loads,
Oh,
of,
yeah.
if there's loads
I
of
thought you made a
fucking-
special trip this evening.
Yeah,
We lived next
all
door
the
to each
way.
other for 3 years, mate.
Oh, right.
Oh, you're not next door to each other anymore?
No, I bought a place.
Oh, God.
Not just
Oh,
you,
no.
he's doing well, Mr. Diesel Jeans.
This
Got
is
two of
Diesel.
these.
This is Diesel.
Well, I tell you what,
Two of
they won't be
these.
ignoring you in bars anymore. They'll be fucking all over you like, she's got a property.
Where did... Oh, no, not
Anyway.
where did you buy it?
So right,
we'll
if
talk
there's
about that
if there's
after.
loads of like hot women, hot young women, you'll be like the last to be served. Whereas in my 20s, you would have been first to be served. I reckon. You just get it sort of like I don't know. I feel like by the time I get to mid 40s, I reckon
You're
I'll just
sober.
be disappeared.
You just stop drinking alcohol. You
You'll
just
be
be like,
sober.
fuck it,
No.
just bring my...
You just go beyond the
I've got
bar and
some
serve
water.
yourself. I guess she's the new bar manager.
Just work behind the bar.
Who's your
Fucking
daddy
hell.
now, everyone?
You
Exactly.
need to just go to one of those places where, like, you get, like, pressed for champagne.
No, you just, go to, you just
What,
need to go to
Renegade?
different places. If you start going to places with older people, you'll be the young one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
tell you where you
Get
go.
in the working men's club, man. Have a lovely time.
I'm gonna go in the salmon and ball in Bethnal Green.
Cash only.
Fucking shit pub. But we don't go in.
It is annoying waiting to get served, isn't it? Like,
It's got longer now as well.
It has.
Post
You know
COVID.
the trick? I got a
Yeah.
trick to that shit, right?
Is it them jeans? You just prop them up on the bar.
there he is. Big
These
cup
jeans
bill.
are great. I don't know what everyone's problem is.
Okay.
They're very nice.
I mean, nice is a stretch.
No, I like
What's
him.
wrong with
I
them?
like him. I like him.
It's
Do you remember,
just
it's like the
different.
ones from the old Diet Coke adverts, isn't it?
No, it's
What,
not good.
when Marky Mark was in the fucking...
No, you know he's on the building site. He takes his shirt off and then he puts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Odds,
basically me, bro.
odds on you doing that.
It's basically me.
This would be a
Odds on you doing that.
But it's 75-1.
I've never
Yeah?
seen you. I've never even seen you have an
3,
exposed bit of skin.
2,
What song is it?
1, 4.
34. Oh.
What song is it? Is it? Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Nah,
the-
is it?
I don't want you.
Yeah, that's Dark
Be
Coke.
no slave.
Can you do a version of that?
Yeah, we just tried to make
Magic
it, but
Mike.
I don't know what I was saying.
Hindu magic man.
You got a trick to get in.
I don't know what's happened here, but 3 white people have got together,
There's no
and I'm the
structure.
victim all of a sudden.
It's fine. It doesn't need to be.
I'm in trouble. Like, I'm in the middle. Ganged up on.
Sorry, Raj. You were saying you've got a trick to getting served.
That is it. Yeah.
yeah.
See, thank God,
So we
Joe's
circle
here.
back. It's fine.
The trick is you make your drink really random.
We were
So
going to say you make it yourself.
nah, so
Already
like if I'm ordering a Jack and Coke,
All right.
I'll be like JD and Coke, 2 ice cubes.
I was going to say you're the only person I know who demands the amount of ice, and then you
Is that
explained
why?
it
Is
to
that why you
me.
didn't man
Yeah.
the ice?
Yeah, because they'll never forget me. So if I come to the bar next time, they're like, "Hey, that's 2 ice cube, man."
Is that why you were ordering like rose
Is that your nickname, right?
tequilas in
Ice Cube?
Edinburgh? Because everyone was
Two
like,
ice cubes.
I finished-
"Who's that guy?"
I finished
Like the
every
evolved
bottle.
version of the rapper Ice
That
Cube.
was it. He
He's
did his
had
trick.
2 Ice Cube.
Did his trick in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
They'd see me, and the
Tequilas.
rosé tequila would come out.
It's an,
I'm training
it's an expensive trick, and it was in Edinburgh.
Yeah, but I'm doing all right.
My tactic is make small talk with the bar staff, like so they kind of like they think, oh,
Like,
he's
yeah.
your mate.
Do you know what I fucking hate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charity.
Have you heard of charity?
People raising money for those less fortunate
You
than
just
us.
knocking the charity box off the
Yeah.
bar.
You can fuck your tips as
Guide
well, mate.
dogs,
Whee!
no.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
Lifeboats, fuck you.
Yes, fuck your service charge, mate. That pisses me off though. When you get a service charge when you're
sitting on that chair. What's
you're at
going
a
on?
fuck-
He was
no.
so nice when he was over there.
when you're at the bar and they put a service charge on when they've served you at the bar. You're like,
You hate seeing the little man win, don't you?
Yeah.
yeah, but why? There's no need for
you
that.
tip in America.
I think you've got no choice, have you? You just get
got to,
like,
yeah.
Would you hate
you
it?
get a bullet in you.
You hate it.
Yeah, they just shoot you if you don't
Yeah,
tip
yeah.
on
On the
Fucking tip
spot.
me.
I don't go anymore. It's too risky.
Just for the tipping. It's expensive in America, though, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't go.
Oh, do you
Not
not?
allowed.
Not doing that one.
I'm going at the end of next month, so I'll let
I
you know.
can't.
What's
Yeah, well, I
like.
mean, I can't go till April. Something after April. So
Why? Banned.
yeah.
What did they sing them jeans?
These jeans are really nice.
Ain't it because of somewhere you went?
Oh.
No.
Is it because of the old...
I'm not going to talk about it right now.
There's an ongoing legal case about this,
Yeah.
Joe.
We're not allowed.
You can't speak
Not
about
allowed.
it.
It's the jeans.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute
it's the
though.
jeans.
So what, is it lifted, whatever you've got going on in April?
It's lifted around the world, yeah. It's not just me.
Lifted
Oh,
around
okay.
the world?
Around the
Yeah.
world. Oh, nice.
Oh,
Sounds like, is it
this is
good?
intriguing.
Yeah, is it a good thing to lift?
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sound like you want us to move on. We'll move on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bring it back to the jeans.
No, we're done with the jeans.
Done
now.
with the jeans,
We,
yeah?
we should also clarify that Rosie, our guest, is a stand-up comedian on the stand-up circuit. So you said you get ignored at bars.
Yeah.
What's life like as a female stand-up? Because I think you get the I suppose the everyman in the street tends to hold the opinion of like, oh, women ain't funny, are they? And they it's always on the internet of people just being like, oh, women stand-ups aren't funny and stuff. And we work with them all the time. But we don't know your experience, I suppose.
I've not had it that much. There's probably... I've had a couple of men come up to me after gigs and say stuff like, oh, keep going. Or like,
Whether referring to your stand-up or just your general life. Yeah, just like
just keep it moving
yeah.
on. Yeah, I think there's been people saying like that, oh, you were good, you know, almost like they never thought women
Or
were good.
you're funny for a woman.
Yeah,
I've heard
that's
that one
it.
before.
I've had
Yeah.
But if you change
What
one
they say
person's
to you,
opinion,
yeah.
if
tell
you
you
change
what.
one person's opinion, then it spreads the word, doesn't it?
At the roast battle, I got
She's raising
slapped.
awareness, yeah.
You got slapped at the roast battle.
Slapped in the legs at the roast
Oh, you
battle.
said,
Do you remember
yeah.
that?
Slapped in the legs.
Yeah,
What
it's
part
a-
of the leg?
Like the calves.
I mean, it
In the
matters. It
calf.
matters if you get what if you get a nice.
because you know, like it's got the little Bill Murray. It's got the little raised stage, right?
Yeah.
So there was in the middle
So
of the
just
roast
explain
battle.
Bill Murray to these two. They don't.
Oh yeah, sure. So it's
What
got a
was
little.
You going on stage just like that, big man? In your boys' trainers as well?
It is big boys trainers. Yeah.
So yeah, it's got a little raised stage at the Bilbao.
Little roast stage, so we can all see over the crowd. Little roast stage. And I was doing a roast battle, and this guy in the crowd wanted to read my jokes out loud. He just wanted to get involved. So
He knows Raj is off by half. He's heard them all 20 times every time he goes.
So I gave him them. He couldn't read them because he was so drunk. So I just whipped him out of his hand and was like, you know what, forget it. Because he just took the piss out of him. And he just slapped me around the legs. And I just could not believe it. It was the same week, I think, as the whole Will Smith thing.
Oh, really?
And I was just like, what? And I
So what, you like, get your legs
Oh,
out
like-
of
like a
your
man
hand?
No, it was quite hard.
Get my legs out of your hand, is that what you said to
it
him?
was like...
Actually booted him in the face.
Logic of that. I know, never.
No,
Did you
but
have those boots on
I
as well?
remember it now that you say it.
No, I
Yeah.
don't remember.
should have given him a good-
I had trainers on or something.
I remember it now you said it. It was very weird.
I don't know if it would have hit a man. Would it?
Well, were you dressed like? Were you dressed like?
Weren't you dressed as Peter Baisley?
Peter
Dressed
Baisley.
as Peter Baisley.
Yeah, so he probably thought he was hitting a man, didn't
Just trying to be inclusive.
So yeah.
Then he got up and smacked Pete as well. No, I don't
Just
know.
round the legs, round the
I
calf.
was at that. I was at
Yeah,
that
so was
one.
I, and it was
Yes.
weird now because I remember not knowing what had happened, but I remember just seeing you looked quite startled, but
I
then
never
thinking
saw- I
I've
never
got to
saw
carry
this.
on with the show, and then you told me afterwards in the bar, and I was like, oh, that is a bit fucking weird.
I never
actually,
saw the
yeah.
slap. To be fair.
How was the slap? Was it? Did it hurt? Was it okay?
Yeah, it did it.
Did it? So he put some force behind it.
Yeah. And I was quite shocked thinking, maybe they'll do something. Maybe they'll get this guy to leave but just nobody did anything.
Why did they like? Could you hear the slap? Was it like?
Yeah, everyone saw
And he was right at the
Oh,
front.
really?
Right
That's
at the
pretty.
front. Everyone saw the whole panel. So, I mean, I don't want to
Sounds like you're out in the club,
slag
eh?
off the Bill Murray or the roast
It was just a
battle.
flashpoint. I think that's what you put it down to.
Yeah, I want that club cancelled. But you know what I mean? Like, it was that was a weird moment in stand up. What it really stand up? It's I don't know what. It was
No, that's a weird
clowning.
moment, regardless.
Isn't it? Like, and then getting slapped on the calf anywhere. Do you know what I mean? If you're on the tube and it happened, you'd be like, "This is a little bit weird."
I don't know about anything else. One guy shouted "dyke" at me once at a gig. It was my first joke. He went, "You're a fucking dyke!" Like this massive in front of this big church.
In London.
No, in Kent.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
And that was another thing that I don't. I mean, that might happen to a bloke as well. Maybe.
I had a horrible time at that gig in Kent.
Yeah.
What did they call you? What did they call you?
I think they called me poor.
Whore.
Yeah.
Did they?
I was just talking about being working class, basically.
Poor.
That's
What,
what
and
that's
they
what I just
called
terrored. I just terrored an old woman for like 4 minutes afterwards. But I knew it was going to be a bad gig. It was one of them gigs, yeah, in Kent. And I told you about this before. The MC, he was talking about going on holiday to Cornwall, and he goes, "Oh, I go crabbing when I go on holiday in Cornwall." And the bait for crabs is bacon. I never knew that, so I'm trying to catch these crabs, but obviously I'm not catching all the crabs, am I? I'm not catching any Muslim crabs. And that it took the roof off the place, mate, and I was stood backstage going,
Because it's bacon.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
like,
Oh, all right. I need to get switched on a little bit.
but I remember just hearing
See, I
that.
don't recognise
would've
it.
been
Yeah.
like,
I don't
what?
acknowledge racist jokes, actually.
Yeah, they fucking did, mate.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting there thinking, oh, it's going to be one of them.
that
It was
the
not a
room.
fun
That was
gig.
exactly
Yeah.
the
Same
room.
gig.
The crowd were all above
I try and
me.
stay out of that.
65.
Gravesend, Kent,
Well, I am now.
Chelmsford, all of that. I'm not.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah,
what it's
why do
like.
I need to put myself through that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not worth the money, is it?
I didn't know at the time. That's what it was going to be like.
Yeah.
But again, nothing happened to that guy. Like,
No.
He just shouted abuse at me. That's not true. And I was like, is he going to be removed? And they just went, yeah, carry on.
No, that's just John. You know what he's like. You know what he's like.
John the
That's-
homophobic.
that- I mean,
He means
sits
no
on the
That's just the
bar.
guy who runs the gig. It's just leave him alone.
That's the
I
problem
had to
though.
get me
Like,
50 quid off him at the end.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
that's the thing though. Like half of them gigs, it's like full of regulars, isn't it? So you can't afford to kick
Yeah.
that guy out
Yeah.
because he's here next month.
Especially when it's a room that all share his opinion as well.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did he get a laugh for that?
No, not really. It was
Really?
quite,
Very
it was quite-
tense.
very tense. You could have cut the attention with a knife.
Did he try it again later as like a callback or anything?
No, well, I got told not to speak to him. They were like, don't speak to that guy. But I didn't.
I had
didn't
the same
address him
thing
or
when I
anything.
did this gig as well.
I bet it's the same
They
guy.
said
That's your restraining order.
No,
mate.
they said yeah, it was a young boy. No, they said it's his birthday. Do not speak to him because he wants the whole night to be about him. So they were like, do not address him. Probably the same guy.
Probably
Yeah.
is.
Big John.
What a prick.
Big John's birthday.
What else is popping in the comedy world? What's new?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's some nice.
cool.
I've got some nice stuff coming up. I've got my first 20.
Nice.
Out. God, I'm gonna get the name of the gig wrong. Outside the box.
Outside the box, yeah.
Done that?
No.
So yeah, that'll be nice. Got my first Bill Murray gig,
Nice.
which will be nice.
Mhm. Yeah, as long as there's no repeats the last time you were there, yeah.
I'll be talking about that in my 5 minutes.
Don't get slapped, yeah. Was
I
that
don't know,
victim
really.
blaming? Was that victim blaming?
No.
I don't know, but you look very,
Don't get
you look very
slapped.
jittery
I
about
think if
it.
you'd have said you're gonna get slapped, you slag, then that would have been victim blaming.
Fair.
Well, mate, to be honest, I mean, it's a miracle that we're still doing comedy, really, isn't it? Because me and Rosie, we did a split bill show in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And I remember we had points, didn't we, where we were a bit like, is this going well or is it not? And we started talking to the people, and there was people that are like, I've had to cancel most of my nights because no one's turned up or anything. And we were like, oh, so ours is going well. Then
We
people,
never cancelled.
yeah, people keep turning up, getting plenty of donations off people and whatever. People saying very nice things, and then there was
Charity?
this group come in. Yeah, it was all charity. Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
were the charity case,
Yeah.
and there was this group that came in.
That was our accommodation charity.
Yeah.
bin.
Oh, is it?
But they
So
were
expensive.
very nice, innit? The Irish group that came in, they were very nice, and then they afterwards they were like, oh, I really enjoyed that, blah blah blah. So fast forward a few months, and me and Rosie are sat in a cafe in East London having some breakfast, and the woman comes over to serve us, and she goes, "Oh my God, I saw your show in Edinburgh," and it was one of the girls from this Irish group, and we just went, "Oh yeah, right, and yeah, nice to see you," and she just went, "Are you still doing it?"
Oh, God.
And then as she walked away, we just both looked at each other like, oh, do we?
Oh dear.
I would have just
dear,
lied at that
oh,
point and
dear.
gone, no, actually, I've moved on.
Bad.
Yeah.
Man, she might have meant the show, right? She might have
That's what I took from it to make myself feel better.
You
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
a negative.
That's
Yeah, but she could have said,
She's like, I enjoyed that show so much. I want to see it again. Are you still doing it?
why would she come see the show again? I think she was saying, are you still doing that? Are you still plugging away at that dead horse?
well, how about the
What
night?
were you doing? 30s each?
We used to
Yeah,
alternate,
well, about
innit?
20. Yeah, we only had 50.
We'd do
so it'd be
40,
about
then 20, and then switch it around.
Oh, no.
But how about there was a night where Rosie was a bit. I think you'd had a few drinks, and you tweeted. You tweeted a
I
reporter.
tweeted this guy from Hull, Humberside Radio,
Right.
who came to the show. And then,
From Hull.
from Hull, yeah, he's quite a big deal in Hull.
So he came from Hull for the show.
Well, he
though.
was in Edinburgh
Okay.
reviewing some, like, Hull comics. You know, so there's some quite big Hull comics.
Yeah,
I think,
who?
like, is it, I want to say Amy Gledhill.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a Jack Gledhill as well. Is he?
Jack Gledo.
Jack
Yeah,
Gledhill,
yeah, I've seen it before, it's
and
really
then-
funny.
Is it Amy as well? She does, like, a sketch, and they were nominated for the award, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. The Delightful
So-
Sausage.
That's it. So he'd come to see all those people, and then, like, obviously I hadn't taken a punt on anything free fringe. So I tweeted him. So one of my mates tweeted him from Hull. He came to the show. And then I did my set, and then he left. He didn't even stay to watch Joe.
Rosie opened.
but you're not from Hull.
Spent 30 minutes slating Hull. Just all the material, just ripping into Hull. This man's the representative of Radio Humber, and he just got up and left.
And then when his
at the end
face
of
was
the
like,
set.
"Oh,
Yeah.
yes," when he left.
Because you're basically going, I got out. I
Yeah.
got out.
What a shithole.
And he's gone, I'm going back there.
So what? Did he write a report on you?
Well, no, he didn't.
Oh.
I've had somebody told me in Hull that he did mention it on the radio.
Really? I didn't know this bit.
But I didn't know what he said, and they couldn't really remember. But it wasn't bad. It wasn't negative.
Okay. Well, that's good then.
yeah.
He just saved it and then turned up to the Bill Murray and slapped it on a corpse.
He just had like holding his hood up.
You're better than me, you bastard.
Yeah. You southern bastard. That was, I think. Well, we had Peter Buckley Hill in one night as well.
Mm.
You know, the guy who runs PBH. Well, that's his name, but like, you know, Peter Buckley Hill. He popped down to see our show and sat at the back.
That was a tense evening.
That was tense because he was only one of the only people in there.
And he
What's
looked
the smallest you had in?
There was a night, the worst night we had. It was Monday night, pissing it down, to the point where we're going, I don't want a flyer. I'd rather not do the show, We're waiting to start the show. Got about 5 minutes. No one's in, and at this point we're thinking, you know what? Not mad at this. We'll just go to the Pleasance, meet everyone in the bar, whatever.
I'll be there.
He would
Exactly.
have definitely been there. Rose
Exactly.
tequila's
Two
already on
ice
the go.
cubes.
You're setting
I used to have my own tray.
Yeah, you're setting the train up, and we're about to like wrap things up and go. Now let's just leave it. These 4 people turn up, and we're like, oh, fuck's sake! But we're like, oh, you're right. How you doing? Come on in. They come in. It's my night to open, so you obviously would speak to the crowd a bit in it when you're opening. Spoke to them. They didn't speak a word of English, so they're the only people in. The 4 of them sat bang in the middle of the room, and I think they were from like Lithuania. Didn't speak a word of English. So I'm trying to have a conversation with them, and they're just smiling and nodding.
Do you reckon they just wanted out of the rain?
Probably.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's a good way of doing it. But they could have just sat in the pub upstairs.
Yeah, but they
They
sat
didn't have
there.
to come down to our
They just wanted to put you through it. They were like,
They sat there so politely,
oh, it's
Yeah.
nice.
just smiling and nodding all the way through. But you could tell that none of it was going through. None of it. And they watched all of my set, all of Rosie's.
That's nice at this
They
stage.
gave us money at the end.
Yeah.
And I walked out. And I said to Rosie, I said, that's the worst experience I've ever had in comedy.
Is that
'cause it
your
was-
worst
I mean,
gig?
think how they
I
felt.
wonder if
Ever?
I
'Cause
wonder
it's
if they
just-
did understand any of it though. I know I've been positive about this one.
Because you got to think, when I was talking to him at the start,
that's a
like
good
I
point.
bear in mind I'm not referring to this as MCing. I was talking to him.
Yeah.
There was nothing. Like literally, there was no back and forth. It was just me talking at them, and them just nervously going, like it was painful.
I think they were the hardest gigs I've done in comedy, Edinburgh.
Is that your worst gig to date, would you say?
No, I don't think so. Oh, I mean, it probably was one of them. I reckon some of them down there. I just think it's really tough because it's not like a normal gig, is it? You don't know how many people you're going to get in. You don't know where they're from.
It's just going back to
There's
open
so
mic,
many
innit?
different variables, and the vast majority of people that come are like middle class families,
Yeah.
and then you're trying to do.
But they were some of the best nights
They
when
were some of
families
the
came
best
in with their
nights.
kids and that. I basically, that's how I kind of summed it up afterwards. Was you get so used to just gigging on the circuit where you take for granted all the work that the promoters do. You just turn up. There's a venue there. There's an audience there. You do your set. You go home. Here, the venue's not fit for purpose. A lot of
quite
them in
messy,
Edinburgh.
wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, it's one in, one out at the shows.
Yeah.
You're setting
There's
up after
flies
someone else has been on.
everywhere.
It's a bit of a mess. It's noisy. There's a lot of background noise. You're getting people come in who are just taking a punt, and if they don't like it, they will not hide the
And
disappointment
you're
in
the
their face.
promoter. Ultimately, you've got a little advert in a book, which is really far back in the book. How many people are getting to that time? You're everything.
Yeah, you
And
got
I
to be
think
tactical with
that's-
your name there, aren't you?
Yeah, totally.
But
Sounds
Get it early on.
ours was bang in the middle of the book because we alphabetically we sat right in the middle of it.
You know, it's
And
like,
we were
yeah.
getting like 20, 30 people in some nights, and we'd say to them, "Why are you here?" And they'd be like, "Oh, we saw you in the book."
Okay.
I was like, "Oh, so it does work, but it
Yeah.
is open mic comedy again.
Yeah.
It's hard, man."
So that's your worst gig, though. What's your worst gig to date?
Probably the gig that I did in Edinburgh, actually.
Really?
What
Yeah.
year? This year?
No, it was in 2019.
What was it?
Okay.
I did that semi-final.
So you think
And
it's
it was,
funny?
course, yeah,
but
so
it
you
was
think
like
you're
a
funny.
Sunday night, and I opened, and I just absolutely bombed for like 6 or 7. It's like 7 minutes, isn't it?
It's a tricky room, that room
Yeah.
that they do so you think you're
Mate,
funny in as
it
well.
was
We've
so
got that
flat.
far though.
Yeah, but it was so flat.
Got a random pillar in the middle. and
Yeah,
shit,
that's the most annoying
Yeah.
Was
part.
in there? Was it packed?
It was packed, but it was the whole. But I thought, like, when I came off, I was like, oh my God, I did absolutely terrible. But then everyone kind of like, there wasn't very much atmosphere in the room for the
For
whole night.
anyone.
Yeah, there was no like warm up at this. Like the MC came on, didn't really do any crowd work, and then I just went on like cold, and I was like, mate, it was very
I don't know anybody
very,
who's
unnerving.
come out of So You Think You're Funny and said it was an enjoyable gig.
Yeah, it was horrible.
It's full of people who, and I think this is something that happens with a lot of comedy competitions. As soon as you say it's a competition, the whole audience becomes a critic. They're not an audience anymore. They're all watching it, going, "Oh, they did. Oh, yeah, they did well. I think they might be in with a chance."
Yeah, and they don't put it in the perspective of you've literally been doing this barely a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've probably done about I don't know, 20 gigs at that point. or
Everyone else
something
in
stupid.
it had been going for about 3 years, obviously.
Yeah.
And just rigged their
Just
application.
lied about it. I was pretty green.
Yeah, that's
And
the
it showed.
again.
I was like, what the fuck is going
Did you
on?
choose to go first, or was it like
No,
out of a
I
hat?
got told like, oh, you did really well in the heats. Like, we think you should open. I was like, yeah, why not? And then I just like.
That was your
went really
worst
bad.
gig.
Oh, by far,
semi-final.
yeah, it wasn't nice.
What's
I didn't
yours?
enjoy
Then?
that.
I reckon it was probably that time that guy shouted, "You're a dyke."
Yeah, you know what?
That was
Yeah,
pretty
fair, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
I
yours,
also
Rob?
did a Jamaican restaurant. Like, do you remember that? Loads of families were just out having this massive party at this Jamaican restaurant. I don't think they really wanted to see comedy, and it was President Ogbonna, and then me.
Bonja.
Abonja. Why did I always get names wrong. I got your name wrong.
You know why? Because you've been going down West Ham lately. That's where you've got Angelo Ogbonna from. Yeah.
I've been at West Ham twice in the last 10 days.
What did you call Raj in Edinburgh?
I don't know.
I always remember
it.
it.
was probably horribly offensive.
Do you not remember when she tried pronouncing your surname in Pleasant?
Did you not say Pujara?
No,
There was no spice on it.
Yeah.
No spice.
It was like
no
it was
spice.
I'm
like-
gonna get it wrong now.
I think you basically just went like Pooja-rara, right? just kept rolling the noises off at the end.
Yeah, rah, 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 whatever. And then I just went, whatever, I think.
What's your worst gig?
It was probably like 3 actually. The first is a gig I did with 2 audience members that I brought with me.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
Where was that?
I can't remember.
Oh, that's not the one with your work colleagues at the time,
No.
is it? No.
That gig's gone as well. The second is a restaurant opening in Wembley, and no one was listening to me. They were ordering food. They were doing whatever they wanted. And the third was like a private party. Me and Luke Craig, and he's opened and hosting. He's walking around and whatever. Brings me on, and I'm like, don't bring me on. No one's listening to us at all. But as I go on, Anthony Joshua's fight starts, and the room's empty, and I'm stood there with a wireless mic and like 2 couples that are still listening to me, and I'm like, they've already paid me. I'm just gonna leave. And I just left, started watching the fight with the rest of the people.
Nice.
Should not like commentate on the photos and be trying to give him the money.
Yeah, still on the mic.
Right here,
you
You feel like Bruce Buffer in the back of the room.
You used to be a hype man, didn't you?
I did, yeah, I used to do a
For
little
what?
bit in Iron Apple.
You
He's
were
like,
a
come on, the
hype
fat
man."
pussy gun.
What?
And she used to
That's what
shout
they're saying,
things,
innit? Is
That
that
is
Ron
what they
Boy?
sometimes
What did
say.
you
Yeah.
shout?
just random shit to the
To
audience,
who?
to the kids partying.
What, in a club?
Yeah.
Right.
Have you never seen a hype man at a club?
No, but I just cannot imagine you being a hype man.
I used to dress quite ghetto back in the day. What? This ain't ghetto. Is this
Yeah,
ghetto?
I've seen photos.
No, this ain't good.
So what did you do?
Oh, this ain't when you had
do
cornrow, is it?
No, it's when he had like shaved sides, like
Did you do a season?
high fade.
No, I was just having 2 weeks at a time.
Amazing.
Yeah, I just used to pick up the mic. I never got paid for it or anything.
Can you give us an example?
No.
What word would you say? And I'll say.
I've
them.
got a recording somewhere.
What
Oh,
words?
beg, yeah.
I might bring it in.
What words would you say? And I'll say the words.
No. Well, I'm not playing this game.
Why?
Did you ever say anything that you regret now?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, he was in Iron Apple, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody inside. Did you
Inside
do
the
that
place.
voice? That's the drum and bass voice, though, isn't it, really?
2 weeks, every day.
Yeah, now and again. My mate was the DJ, so I just used to pick up the mic.
Right.
And then I ended up doing it at other clubs just because they'd seen me at this.
What was your nickname?
You'd
MC?
killed at one club, so they just took you to
Yeah.
another one.
And then,
This man's a natural.
I was just out there with
Took the scene
Right,
by
Have you
storm.
seen his medallion?
right before Lethal Bizzle came out, and he was like, "Thanks, man. You got them really ready for me." Man. I was like,
What, you
"Cheers,
warmed
bro."
up for Lethal Bizzle?
Is that on your comedy CV? Open for
Open for
I didn't
Lethal.
open for
Jamali
him.
Maddox and Lethal Bizzle.
Jeez.
Very different
What
gig.
have I done something to you lot today?
No, that's just an interesting story, right? I'm
just
sorry for
couldn't
taking
believe-
an interest in your
It's
life.
interesting. It's pretty cool.
Starting to feel racist. Yeah,
Is it when Rosie Gujaraj Puja or whatever?
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I was regaling a story from a long time ago. Well, 8 months or so.
More
Did you
than
ever
that,
do the
innit?
waltzes there? You ever, you know.
The
Oh,
what?
like at
you
the
know, when you were at
fairground,
the
yeah,
fairgrounds, is that how
like
you started?
What, like rave on in Phoenix Nights?
Yeah.
How does that go? I don't even know.
You know
What
when
that
you
is.
stood on the, you know when people like the The carny.
Hey, you don't stand, are you mad?
And like,
In the-
scream
on
if
the
you want to
walls.
go faster.
Yeah, is that how you started off?
Oh yeah, see, I didn't grow up the same way you lot did.
No, yeah,
we,
sorry.
we,
Well,
we,
you
We
didn't
went
get
through this
a
last
fun
episode.
vest?
He was diving off his fucking sofa onto the floor like it was a
did you never
swimming
have a
pool.
fake swimming pool at home?
Nah.
No.
Raj did a lot of imagination play at home.
Oh, yeah. Sounds exciting.
In fairness, though, safer than this man's upbringing from the sounds of it.
Wait a minute, you dived onto what? And was what a laminate floor? What was the deal?
No, it was blue carpet. It was a swimming pool.
Right.
Yeah,
Shag pile. Yeah, drowning in it. He
just
was.
over the
What
off the
was your?
armrest.
What did you dive into, Jason?
It's just a pool of depression, man.
Yeah. Regular violence.
Violence.
Nunchucks, nunchucks in a club.
Nunchucks in the face.
We had
All
his-
that
Bottled, he got
shit.
bottled.
Bottled in, yeah, that's what, in position. I got bottled here.
What, and nunchucks in position?
No, that was
Hucknall.
nunchucked at home.
We had his mate on as well a few weeks ago who got scouted in Nottingham to become an international model, like runway model every fashion week in the world. What could have been?
I know, yeah.
Meanwhile, you were
That's-
left in the trenches.
That's when my nose got shafted. That's when my modelling career went down the pan.
Oh man,
How old was he when he got discovered? I can't remember.
18, he said.
What, he was in a club? He was in position?
No, he wasn't. He was back home. Not
Get out of position. It was
And
one time.
you'd already left by then, right?
Yeah,
You'd
yeah,
already
yeah.
left.
What,
yeah.
was that
gone.
possible?
No, I was gone by like 23 when I left Nottingham.
Oh, so you could have been there.
Could have been scouted. I was never in the town centre at that time, mate. You know, just keeping a low
Too many,
profile.
too many ops.
Too many,
Dad didn't let
too many
him
people
out
after me. You know what I mean?
Dad didn't let him out after the double chucks.
What was your dream job when you were younger?
Vet.
A vet.
Yeah. Just
You
couldn't
got
stick it
cat
out.
vibes.
Yeah, I've got a cat.
How many?
Just the one.
Just the one. What's it?
Nice cat though. Nice cat.
Somebody said that to me. You've got cat vibes. It's cat or budgie.
Budgie's offensive.
Hey, when you've got it's either cat or budgie for
Who
you,
has a
innit?
budgie nowadays?
Yeah, but how hurtful is that? To just
Budgie
someone
regard.
just looks at you and just goes, "You got a budgie in it."
What do you reckon Joe's got?
I don't know, a fucking hamster or something.
A woman in
Nah.
his basement.
At her will, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dog, I think. You're a dog guy.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon a big dog.
I reckon the men's equivalent, because I reckon budgie's quite hurtful for a woman. Like you look like you've got a budgie. I reckon the male equivalent is like you look like you've got a pet lizard. You know what I mean?
He
Like
gives
it,
me
Yeah.
reptile vibes.
Reptile.
Yeah.
I'd have a chameleon, I think. if I
Yeah,
could have
see?
a- yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
That's
can
my
see you with
favourite.
that.
That's my
It's
favourite
why
thing.
you'd never find it?
A corn
I
snake.
know, that's good because then you won't have to care about it, would you? You could just
We've
leave
still
it.
got
be.
heat.
I'm not sure you could just let one loose.
Yeah.
There it is.
Imagine waking up to seeing that.
Yeah.
What, and his eyes just like.
But it looks exactly the same as your bed covers.
Ay, ay, ay.
What do you reckon vibes you would give off? I reckon like snake, big snake.
I hate snakes.
Yeah, like a big
Yeah.
fuck off python or
I
something.
hate snakes.
Not the sort of
No,
person
no,
who'd
no.
like you go have photos with them sedated tigers.
I,
and tigers.
yeah,
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm just going to a sanctuary. It's like, no.
no. I think
haven't.
I'd
This is-
have I think I'd be one of them Arab
Tortured
guys
tiger.
with a big lion.
Nah,
That's the vibe I give off.
Lion.
I'm
What,
sticking
like
with-
Mike Tyson when he
I'm
used to
sticking
go
with
all-
snake.
Nah.
And like your Tinder picture in like 10 years will be you with a big fucking snake draped around you, look
Nah,
like Britney
not
Spears,
to
bro.
try and
Yeah,
snake. I hate snakes, but I'd have a lion,
Yeah,
like one of them Arab guys. Yeah,
like Mike Tyson.
yeah.
Like the Tiger King.
That's a tiger, isn't it?
Yeah. He had lions as well. He had lions as well.
Yeah.
And all sorts of shouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of
Snake
explosives.
vibes.
Exactly.
Someone called me an overweight lion the other day, and I thought, yeah, that's the vibe I give off.
Yeah, sorry about
I mean, also, I reckon you'd be underweight for a lion.
Yeah,
Like, you're not that big.
but an overweight lion is what I look like.
Nah, that's just
that. Who
hurtful.
said that?
Someone in the comments,
Really?
Oh, really?
Really?
not our comments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, in your TikTok comments that are not a pleasant place to be at
Not
the
a
minute.
pleasant place to be.
What are
there.
they saying?
All sorts of shit.
Calling him a fat lion.
Overweight lion. They didn't say.
I mean,
fat.
it's pretty
Oh,
tame.
sorry, it could be
isn't
wham as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be overweight,
Overweight.
but built. Like, overweight
Lion
in
with a
muscle.
high BMI.
Overweight in muscle.
You've seen them things on the internet where it's just like animals on steads. Oh my word! Have you seen it? Like the horse
seen the
on
kangaroo.
steroids.
Yeah, is that
No.
kangaroo, like Jack Kangaroo?
Crazy. Yeah, they're huge,
Scary.
man.
Can we just clear up that I don't give snake vibes? I don't like snakes.
I don't
Although,
think you give snake vibes.
I am the year of the snake, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you give snake vibes. I just see you with a big sort of python around you.
Mm. Yeah,
You
I
know,
reckon
there's people
so.
who go shooting for sport, like on Twitter, and you see them and they're shaming them.
Oh right, yeah. Where they're like, oh, I'm a
What, you reckon Roger go big game hunting?
yeah.
Maybe.
Is that the vibe I give off? I think I'm quite a nice guy.
I can see the sedated tiger
Yeah.
thing.
But like, I'm not sedated.
No,
a lot,
you're not
yeah.
doing it. No, you're not doing it.
No, you're just paying them
Yeah.
to keep
No, I
doing it.
wouldn't,
Yeah,
no, I
you're just
wouldn't.
keeping
Just paying
the
for the
industry
photos.
alive.
I
I've got a
wouldn't-
picture of a tiger.
Yeah, sicko.
I told you about this. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I've spoken about this when I was in Thailand. But I was like, oh, I don't want to go to one of the sanctuaries where they do that. So there's one on one of the islands on Koh Samui, which is like a rescue place where they buy the cubs off the monasteries and then they just let them just fucking live in this big sanctuary thing.
Lovely.
And I went there and it was sick. And they were like, do you want to get a picture with the tiger? And I was like, suppose so, can do. But the tiger is nowhere to be seen. So they let me through like 3 locked doors into this big gated area. Not a cage, just a gated area that goes off into like a wooded area. And the guy just makes some sort of call, and this big fuck off tiger just comes strolling around the corner. Like not on a lead or
What
anything
call
like
did
that.
he make? Like dinner time?
Yeah, summer. Just rang a bell.
Rang a bell.
Yeah.
A bowl.
Yeah. But this thing just comes strolling round. No one with it or anything.
Were you on your own now in the enclosure? Or was
With
the
one guy.
with you? One man.
Yeah. He wasn't armed. Just stood there.
Wasn't
Why did the lion rip it off?
The thing is,
It'd be weird if you had 2 massive AK-47.
I was thinking he had no arms. He wasn't armed. I was like, okay, that must have been the lion.
when I
No arms and
realised
legs just laid on the floor. I was like, what are you going to do?
it's completely safe.
He opened the enclosure with his mouth.
Listen, when I saw how big the
You
tiger
had to
was,
pick him up.
Yeah.
it became apparent when I saw how big a tiger was. I think I'd have liked him to have at least a big
Summer.
stick.
A stick.
He
Yeah,
wouldn't have done nothing, but it made
You
me
want
feel
one of them
more
like taser
comfortable.
prods, wouldn't you? Like
Yeah, summer, but I shit myself, man.
Did you?
So what happened?
What did you say to him? Did you say like,
Please don't bite me.
Can I get out?
I started like backing up, and he could tell. And then he basically started saying to me like, no, don't show fear. But he kept telling me how safe it was. So then the tiger just walks in, and there's like this massive like big stone thing for it to like just lie on. So because they basically say because this thing's been there since it was a baby, it's like it knows we feed it, so it just does as it's told now. You know what I mean? So he comes in, lies on the thing, and the bloke just goes up and just like pats it on the back, and then he goes, right, come sit behind it. So I go to like go around, and he goes, no, not that way, don't go behind it, you got to make sure it can see you at all times. I'm like, okay, great. So I walk around that way, and the thing's just fucking staring at me the whole time. I get behind it, and he goes, you can stroke her if you want, like she's fine.
You're like that.
So like with any animal, I've gone to like straight, and he's gone, not the head. So I'm like, hand
where'd
on
you go for like under the chin? Like, come here.
yeah, man.
Having its
I weren't thinking
Yeah.
at this point. So I put my hand on its back, and then I went to stroke the back, and then he went, no, your hands on, don't move your hand there. Don't move at all, actually. So I'm just sat there like this, and the tiger's looking over its shoulder at me with a head like one of them fucking pillow cushions there. Huge,
Have you
man.
got that photo? You look
So at my
fucking
mum's, man.
terrified.
And I'm smiling in the photo, but you can see the fear in my eyes.
Yeah.
You can see,
I mean, it's just not worth it, is it?
Well,
No.
Fuck that.
No, but I said yes because I assumed that everybody else on this tour would do it as well. I was the only one.
That's Thailand all over though. There's well sketchy bits of things that happen there.
Yeah, I can remember. I did like a thing like that where like I went to an elephant thing where you're going on an elephant ride, and then you're like, oh, I'll get a picture with the baby elephant. You're like, why is this elephant chained to the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like,
not great.
okay, but you don't like you're young and like you just
Also-
don't really know like what's going on.
Also,
really.
baby elephants are strong, which sounds obvious because they're baby elephants, but I just thought baby animal isn't going to be that strong. Because again, this whole place was up in the mountains of an island with this next to this big waterfall. So again, none of the elephants are chained up either. They're just fucking
roaming
roam.
Elephants
around.
are generally quite friendly,
Yeah,
aren't
they're
they?
they just roam around. We
I
pulled
think I
in.
give elephant vibes actually.
Yeah, maybe I can
Yeah,
see
that's
that.
a good
Yeah,
one,
yeah,
yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done on getting off the snake thing. Yeah, I know it's been bothering
Because it's
you.
got elements of snake, hasn't it?
The trunk.
Big trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I remember pulling into this car park, and the elephants are just strolling around the car park, like they
what were they doing the parking? We're like,
Yeah,
come here, mate.
They had high vis on.
Yeah. Get the back in there a bit to the left.
But they just run this place, these elephants, basically. So I'm there.
They're finding people. meal they're taking the child.
One in the gift shop.
Yeah.
It's cap on like that's a fiver, mate. That is.
What
you
was
want
that
your photo
book?
with me,
What was
do
that
you?
book back in the day? Remember the Family of Elephants that you read in primary school?
What, Nelly the elephant?
Nelly the Nelly the elephant and his family.
He went to town and said goodbye to the circus, and he ended up setting up a sanctuary in
When you went to
Thailand.
this thing.
I remember though, I went and they were like, they were like, you're gonna go down to the waterfall, which is like their watering hole, on it, so you can see them all down there. But we were waiting for like another tour to come back because they were like, we don't want too many people down there because it's a lot for them. So wait for them to come.
You're
up.
on your own a lot on this trip.
No, there was like another group.
All right.
It's like a group with us. And while we're in the car park waiting, they said, "Oh, do you want a basket of fruit and you can feed the babies if you want?" I was like, "Yeah, right." And so a few of us like took the fruit, whatever, and we're feeding this baby elephant. And I'm feeding this elephant, and eventually I've ran out of fruit. The basket is now empty. So the elephant just kind of like grabs onto my hand with its trunk, and I'm just like, oh, ha ha ha. He's like, oh, is there any more fruit? But it wasn't ha ha ha, and he pulled my hand in with his trunk, and I immediately went, oh yeah, it's a baby, but it's still a fucking elephant. Strong, like, pulled me in and went to like put my hand in its mouth. So I've panicked.
Eat your hand.
Yeah, so I've panicked and snatched my hand at this baby elephant's trunk, and with one movement, as I snatched my hand away, the elephant's just brought the trunk back up and slapped me across the face, and it
backhand?
fucking hurt, man. Bad,
Wow.
like hit me in the face, down my chest, like winded me. I got
Fucking hell.
battered
Is
by
it
a
weighty,
baby elephant. Yeah, man, strong.
Wow.
Yeah,
Taken down.
strong,
Ganesh
Dumbo.
got you, blood. Ganesh came through with the backhand.
strong.
They are
Yeah.
well strong. There's a book about Thai prisons. There's a famous prison in
What,
Thailand.
they get the
right?
baby elephants to
No.
beat
Yeah,
the
like, yeah,
prisoners.
get him.
Well, they put like, so there's a Thai prison that's nicknamed Big Tiger, and they put the prisoners in balls, like wicker balls, and they let elephants kick them about in the yard. So you like, you know,
What, like elephant football?
yeah, like elephant football. So they put humans in the balls, they push them out into the yard.
What,
and-
prisoners?
Yeah.
Is this like a punishment?
This is real, yeah, this is real.
They
This
do
is
it for
a very
fun.
Famous Thai prison, yeah. They
Get
just
a few
keep-
years off your sentence
Yeah,
if you do.
yeah, you out
If
of good
you-
behaviour if you let the fucking elephant kick you around for half an
If
hour.
the red team score 10 years off. No, and then the elephants, they get bored of it and they just crush the balls.
What, the people die?
With people in them?
die. Yeah. It's like, there's a book about Thai prisons, a real famous book, and it talked about like the torture stuff they do and did, and that's in one of them. So when you're saying elephants are strong, if they're proper like crazy, I mean, they're not
took a
killing
turn, innit?
humans
Isn't it?
on purpose. Yeah.
My story felt quite wholesome. I was
Yeah.
feeding a baby elephant.
I was like, and you're gonna get killed by one.
You
you
get
reckon
put, you
they've
get
got,
put
like-
in Nick though. You're
But they're very
fucking dead.
smart. They're very smart creatures.
Yeah, I
aren't
bet
they?
like one of the elephants is like really good. Like, you know, like you'll have the Ronaldo of football. You'll have like the Ronaldo of
slowest-
elephant
Yeah,
football.
The slowest
I was
step
watching
over you.
a-
Yeah,
watching
the
a-
most kills.
watching
It's
a
like,
video-
oh, he's killed 8 people this year. He's on for a good season. In only 3 appearances.
Watching
It's
a
the
video.
Arsenal of the elephant world.
You don't want to play them.
He's got
got
2 games in hand.
They've got a bloodlust.
They are fucking smart. They smart.
are.
Yeah.
I did watch a video with like an electric fence. Right, have you seen this?
Oh, have they like worked
I
out
don't know,
to
you
get
get-
round
you
it?
Yeah,
gotta-
they worked out how to fucking not get electrocuted.
What, they got rubber boots on?
No, he just saw like they just saw like 8 of his mates die and thought that's not a good idea.
Smart.
One
Don't
after
touch the
other.
metal bit, yeah.
How
So-
did they do it? Did one of them get shot there?
There's just too many
what he does
bodies
is
in front of the
he
electric
puts-
fence,
he
which means they
puts his-
couldn't get to the
obviously,
electric fence.
it's
They
not
just climbed
powerful.
over.
It's not powerful enough to hurt them.
Yeah.
But it's
so
not a nice feeling. Like, you know when you put a charger in your mouth? No? Has no one ever done
You
that?
mean, are you thinking like when you get electrocuted from dragging your feet on the floor?
No, you put a charger in your mouth.
You know, and then you lick a battery.
Well, that is like
When you
literally
smash
like
the
licking
toaster
the.
in the back.
Yeah, when you taser yourself
No,
in the
it's
mirror.
You never put a charger in your mouth, by
Wait,
accident?
right, so the charger's
By
plugged in.
accident.
By accident?
What?
Yeah, like,
I'm
I've got
feeling,
loads of stuff in my hand. I'm like, oh,
I'm
shit.
feeling pretty tired. I'll just try and charge
Wait,
myself up.
So the charger's plugged in the
plugged
wall
in.
and you've gone in.
Yeah, it just sort of.
How do you put it in your
Get a
mouth
little
if
bit
your
of a
hands are
buzz.
full? Did you have to get it off the floor?
All right, I just tested it. I just
Okay.
that's so full. But yeah, it was. It's not a nice feeling, but it doesn't hurt.
Right.
And so like the elephant's just tapping away at it, and it's like, fuck it, then just gets the metal pole and knocks the whole fence down. And it's like, I'm like, you're a fucking genius for an elephant.
Yeah.
For an elephant.
What does your watch do when you put a charger in your mouth?
His heart rate goes fucking wild.
Good watch this. Good watch.
You're excited,
Doing all
Raj.
right.
You can actually charge his mouth just by the watch. Just plug it in.
He's made from Apple now.
You are.
It's good watch this. I
It is a
highly
good watch, mate.
recommend
I
it.
like it.
It looks.
It's too
it
big
looks
for my
swanky.
wrist.
Looks
I've got really
weighted.
skinny
It
wrists,
does look
so
too big, doesn't it? Yeah.
it would be too big for my
Yeah.
I'd
wrist.
look
It's
like
the
I was
ult-
wearing a fucking
It's the
clock. if I was not-
Look like you're on tag.
Yeah. Rosie glassed me in position. She's on tag for 3 years.
True. It was me all along.
Rosie, where can they see you?
What next?
Into the camera.
Sorry.
Tell them who you are, where they can find you on socials.
So I'm
'Cause I'm
on
bursting for a
Instagram
piss.
as Rosie.Francis. That's Rosie D-O-T in the middle, Francis. They can see me next at Out the Box Comedy on the 30th of March.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm trying to think where else I am before that. And you can hear me on Chatterbix, which is another podcast.
Good podcast, that.
Great podcast.
Who's that with?
Joe Wilkinson and David L.
Mm.
Ooh. So I'm on that once a month.
Nice,
Talking
nice,
about
nice.
cooking.
Nice.
With a BAFTA nominee, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Get it.
yeah, I think they're both nominees of maybe both BAFTA nominees.
I've got this all to come, haven't we?
Yeah.
One day. We just need to write a sitcom or a movie first, probably.
There you go.
Yeah. Start small.
Right, joke first.
On that,
Me, I
and,
mean, not you. Lot.
and on that somber moment.
Bombshell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great having you on, Rosie. Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks for
hopefully
joining
see
us.
you
Yeah,
back
let's get back
again
to the
soon.
cats.
It's not how I expected this episode to go. I thought we'd get you on, have a little chat, and then we started talking about you ever heard how they torture folk in prison in Thailand, lad?
Fucking elephants stamping on your head.
I've forgotten the name of the book. It's really good.
What else is in
Elephant
it?
Diaries or something.
So it's this guy, right, who sort of, he smuggles drugs in Thailand. He's a British guy, or no, an Australian guy.
Oh, I've heard about this book.
And he does some sort of diving. It's a way of smuggling drugs between islands or something like that. And he gets caught. And basically, when you get put away in Thailand, you just don't even know how long you've got. You
And
know,
banged up abroad.
Yeah, like yeah, it's a bit different.
And for drugs in Thailand as well, like you can get the death
You get
penalty,
like your
can't
dick
you?
chopped off and shit.
the
don't you?
only way you get out of prison is being pardoned by the king.
Or elephant.
It's to survive,
Yeah. But he
survive
went-
this sport.
All the book is like he had. I mean, some of the stuff he had to do. He has to stand
What,
in
like Prince
like
Charles?
human shit, and they keep his head above the the shit. Like that's one of the methods that they.
Oh, I
use
do that
to
in my
try-
room.
Yeah, with a charger in your mouth. My hands are full. Fucking hell. It's uncomfortable, but
Here's what you say. You better stop this. This is not good for your health.
It's a genius for an elephant, man. I'll give you.
hepatitis A, right? Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a great book. I'll find the name of it. 'cause
I won't
think
read
it's
it, but
really-
I'll audio book it.
Yeah, I bet you can.
Is that the same thing now? Like people are like, oh, I don't read anymore. Is it?
It's all about the Kindle, mate.
Yeah. Well,
Kindle's the way
Kindles
forward.
are good as well.
Yeah, but then I've still got to read, innit? Like I'd rather just listen to it.
Yeah, but you don't.
Is it the
1 point-
same as reading? I don't think
1.2
it is.
speed. I still take it all in.
I wonder if your language is getting better because you're hearing it or.
It doesn't sound like it at all. Sorry, I know we meant to wrap this up, and then I got sidetracked by the man that was chin deep in human shit.
I am about to piss myself.
Yeah, fair.
All right.
Yeah. No, thank you very much for joining us, Rosie.
Thanks
you.
for having me on.
Thank you for teaching us all about what not to do on International Women's Day.
Yeah.
And we'll put Rosie's socials online as well. But yeah, follow The Word on the Streets on Instagram, which is at The Word on the Streets _. Yeah, got that right. It's the same on everything actually as well now, on TikTok and all sorts. And watch us or listen to us on Spotify and all of that. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And yeah, we'll see you next week, man. Ta-ra.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye. Get home to your budgies, innit?
This has been The Word on the Streets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.